Green.
Let me show you the next thing that we'll do with Peppy. I'll show you how we would get him to do work for us. Now, this is called his collar. Where does a dog's collar go?
On his neck.
Around his neck. And same thing with a horse collar. Why don't you have both of you hold on to this? It's kind of heavy.
Okay. Got it?
Yes.
And what we're going to do is take Peppy's cross ties off, and I'm going to have one of you come on this side right here, and one of you come on the other, and then lift it way up high.
Yep, almost.
There we go. We'll put it right over his head, and then buckle it.
Woo! Hey,
This
Peppy.
is the first step to getting his harness on. Put him back in his cross ties.
Well, hello. Here we go. We'll
Yeah,
grab this
just
one.
grab that other one for me. You can clip it right to that side of his halter.
You gotta come closer, baby doll. Nope. Am I doing something wrong? There
you go.
There we go.
Good job. Okay, so now you can see that this collar is fitting right around his neck and right on his shoulders. And that's going to be really important later. Remember when we were brushing him, it's very important when you're working with a horse with a harness and a collar like this to make sure he's very clean right here, so that when the collar sits there, there's no dirt or rocks or loose hair that can rub underneath his collar and give him a sore. Okay. So our next part is to put the actual harness on.
Oh my.
Now this is kind of heavy, so I'm going to pick it up myself. And right now it probably just looks like a whole bunch of leather and metal and wood, huh? Doesn't really make much sense. And when I first started harnessing horses, it didn't make much sense to me either. But after you work with them a long time, this you understand what each leather strap and each piece of metal on this does, and they're all for a purpose to help us harness the horse's energy to help us do work. I'm going to take it right over to the other side here, and just stand back a little bit.
Okay.
The straps will fly as I start to put it on. I'm going to put this right over his collar.
Here we go. You can help us over here.
You can just kind of hang on to that piece of wood, which is called a hame. And watch yourselves as this comes over.
Sorry there, buddy. Here we go.
Steady. Steady.
Set right up there. And then come on back to the front. Come on right around the front now. Now, first step in getting the harness attached to the horse is
what a contraption.
Buckle our hames. And see this buckle right here, it's going to take these hames, these pieces of wood, and attach it very tightly around the collar.
Now this is used when they're going to be used in the field and the
right. If we were going to have him pull a wagon, or pull a plow at our farm, the Firestone Farm, or do any work like that, he would need this type of harness on. There's other types of harness for smaller vehicles, and then of course there's saddles if you're going to ride him. Again, Peppy is a horse that does a lot of different types of work here. I'm going to pull this back here, and I'll let you guys buckle all the other straps. Okay.
See, it still looks like a big jumble of leather and metal to me.
Well, we'll explain how it works in just a second. So why don't I have one of you, you really do everything when you're working with horses from one side. He's used to having everything done from this side. So let's have you take this breast clip, just unattach that from that ring right there. There you go. And then now you're going to take this across, and there's another ring right on the other side, right here, and attach it to that. Just kind of push it on there.
Okay.
There you go. Okay. Now, Lauren, why don't you hand this back to Greg, right between his front legs.
There you go.
And then, Greg, you're going to take this strap and clip it to there. flip it over like that. Okay. Now there's another strap. Can you reach over and grab that one? There.
This one?
I'll hand it to
There you go.
You're going to attach this one to there too. Just reach right up. This one has to kind of stretch.
There we go. Let's see if we can. There we go.
Okay. Now the last thing is take this strap, and you're going to buckle this one just like a belt. Yeah,
Okay.
just like to that. So now that we've got his harness on, let me try to explain how it works. Okay, notice this strap of leather, this goes all the way up to, what do we call this again, around his neck?
The collar.
This collar, right. So this goes all the way up to there. Now, Greg, let me have you hang on to
Greg?
this. This is called a trace. Some people call it a tug. Now, what would happen if Peppy started going forward now? If Greg was holding on to that? What's going to happen to Greg? Greg, what's going to happen to you?
I'm going to be flying all over.
That would not be fun.
You're going to be pulled forward. So that's how the harness works. He pushes, so when horses are pulling, they're really pushing into their collar, and then we attach whatever we want him to pull back there to those traces, and then that pulls him along.
You think he'll be able to pull you, Greg?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
I definitely think so.
Okay, so now, see, look, there's also a strap right back here around his back legs. And we remember when we attach these straps underneath, they all end up attaching to this or pulling against this clip in the front.
Okay.
And we'd attach something to that. Now, what if he was to back up now and I was holding onto this? What's going to happen to me?
You get like pulled.
I get
I
pulled
think he's gonna be
backwards,
hurt.
right.
What do they eat?
What do they eat? That's another good question. Let's come back around to the other side and we can show what it is that they eat. Now, what do you think? What do you call this?
Hay.
Hey.
Hay, right. What is hay?
It's like straw. Like
It's sort of like straw, but really it's what it is just grass. If we let the horses go out on the lawn like they're right there, they'd like to eat the grass,
down
right?
grass.
But this is grass that's been dried. Since it gets cold in the wintertime and the grass doesn't grow, farmers who have horses or cattle or anything that eats grass have to cut it in the summertime and then they dry it. Feel how it's nice and dry, but it's also still green. So farmers will cut the grass and let it dry, and then the horses can eat that any time of the year. What you usually feed horses is hay and oats, and then lots of water.
Horses don't eat meat, do
How
they?
did they get water? I see no water around here.
We have water back at the front of the barn there, and we have some water troughs outside. So they don't have water right in their stalls. That's where they sleep, and then they come out to drink and eat outside of their stalls.
Do they sleep do they stand and sleep, or do they lay down?
They do both. If you come here late at night when the horses are all asleep, most of them will be lying down in their stalls. That's why we have a lot of straw in their stalls for them to lie on. But they also can kind of doze while they're standing up.
Oh.
A lot of people think that horses don't lie down at all, but most horses lie down most of the time that they sleep.
What about hooking one of these horses up to a carriage?
Yeah,
Can we try that maybe outside?
Yeah, let's do
And then
that.
also, I remember you were telling me earlier that there was a parade that goes on here at Greenfield Village. And maybe we can be some guests in the parade? Well, guys, Chris told us to wait over here, and he's going to come around with two other horses named Noah and Webster, and we're going to hook it up to this wagon that we have right here. And then maybe we can take a ride later in it. We'll ask him. We'll see what he has to say. And actually, look who's coming around the corner right now. I think Noah's the one on the left. He looks like a Noah. What do you think? Well, hello, babies. How beautiful.
Well, here we are again. It's Noah and Webster this time. And we're just going to hook up to the hay wagon right here.
Oh my, well, you know what? Let's get out of the way so we don't want to be trampled by Noah and Webster here. There we go. Now, these are a lot bigger than Pepe?
Then Peppy, yeah,
Peppy.
they're quite a bit bigger than Peppy. Alicia, can I have you hold on to this line right here?
Sounds good.
And what
Hey,
I'm going
guys.
to do now is hook up the front of the horses, their breast straps
Okay,
to the chains on the front of the wagon. That's going to allow them to back the wagon up.
Okay.
Okay, now that we're all hitched up, why don't we hop in and we'll ride over to where the parade starts. Remember, we have a parade in Greenfield Village every day, and you guys are going to get to ride in it.
All right, sounds like fun. Let's go. Okay.
What do you think? What do you see?